All right, it's Bruce, Awesome Arcades. This video, this is a Storm. I'm gonna be showing you how to take the cabinet apart. So the first thing I want you to do is when you're looking at the front of the cabinet where the joystick and the buttons are mounted, you've got your left side, you've got your right side. I want you to set up a little staging area where you're gonna put all the parts that you need for the left side and the right side. It's just something I do that makes things a little more simplified. So first thing you've got is a little bolt down here. Okay, I've removed that. Up here, you've got a bolt on the back. Looks like that. Okay, so not the top one, but this guy on the bottom, pan around a little bit. Okay, this one here. I've taken that out. Doing that is going to allow you to remove this piece here. Okay, drill down. This guy gets a little sticky. Okay. There's going to be a bolt right in there. It's going to be the next thing you take out. I would recommend, if you don't have one, get a magnetic drill tip, because if that thing falls down inside, it's not fun. Okay, so. Once you've got these pieces lifted off, removed, this thing will kind of slide up and come out. So this all comes out as one piece, okay? You're gonna repeat the exact same process on the other side. So pin around here, I'll just show you, I'm not gonna do it, but this bolt, then this bracket removes, there's the other last bolt under there, and then this panel comes off. Once you do that, come around to the front here. If you need to get to the monitor, you look on the sides here, there's 2 bolts that you can remove, and this entire monitor slides off. Okay, to keep this video short, I'm gonna take that side off, I'm not gonna film it, and then I'll show you pulling the monitor out. And then I have a separate video if you need to change the marquee, come on around the back. I won't show you in this one, but basically you just take these bolts off, this pops off, and I have a separate video for that. But this is just gonna be a video showing you how to access the monitor. Okay, you can stop. All right, so for the next part, first of all, you can just see that I've removed that side, and then I repeated the process on the other side. It's gonna look exactly the same. Now, when you're on the back, there's gonna be 4 screws here. You're gonna remove these. It's gonna allow the back panel to drop down. There's gonna be a fan that's connected. For this, you just push the button, and that will separate. You're gonna take this and set this aside. The next thing you're gonna do is up underneath here, there's gonna be a power cord and a VGA cable. So the power cord goes there, VGA cable is over here. It's gonna look something like that. You're gonna disconnect those, okay? And then come around the side. Well, we can show it over here. Now, on the side of the cabinet, there's gonna be screw bolts here and here. And on the other side, around here. Here and here, I've already went ahead and removed those. And then what you can do, you can now remove the entire screen. To get to the glass underneath, you're gonna remove these screws on each side. You'll be able to lift the, actually, I'm sorry, leave those intact. Up here, there's gonna be screws here, here, and then on the bottom here, here, and then you can just lift the monitor out. That's gonna get you down to the glass underneath. Okay. All right, so I've laid the monitor down. Again, there's gonna be bolts here, here, and down here, here, and here. I've removed them. What that does is that allows you to separate the monitor from the case. Okay, and when you go to put it back down, that's how I'd recommend doing it. Kind of setting in one side first, and then resting the other one down inside. Now you have the monitor out. And now you get down to the glass. Okay. All right, so we're gonna put it back together. First thing I'm gonna do, the monitor, set it back down. Now, keep in mind that piece needs to go on the inside of that, just like that. You come down here. I'm gonna spot the holes and make sure they're lined up. Let's go to this side so you can see that. See, I've got those lined up. Oops. That one lined up, that one lined up. All right, now that we're filming, make sure you get the bottom of the monitor facing this way. And when you slide this on, make sure that these tabs are gonna go underneath. Spot on each side. All those holes are aligned about like that. Okay. So when I put these two bolts on, I had someone else hold this, because this will sink all the way back. So I had somebody hold this to kind of spot it, and then once I sunk the screws, it was fine. So if you have a second person to help you, this part would be nice. But basically, you slide the front frame back on, put those bolts on. The next step is I reconnected the monitor. If you're curious, that's the direction the power cable goes. And let's screw this here. Well, you can get down there and look, but it's a little hard to see. So small side in front, that's for the VGA. Okay. And then the next thing I'm going to be doing, so make sure you screw that in place so it doesn't fall out. Power cable. And then the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to put the back in place. So you're going to notch it. You know, when you go to put it back, you'll see how you took it off, but you'll put that back on, reconnect the fan, and then I'm gonna return those 4 bolts there. All right, so you can see that I put these 4 bolts back in place and I reconnected the fan, okay? Now, we put this panel back in place. Remember, we've got them separated by left and right. So for this guy, now spotting this thing, I should just point out that sometimes you gotta bend this piece a little bit forward or backward if it's not perfectly aligned with the hole. But you're gonna take this, and get that situated down. So you got to slide it up under here first and then down here and make sure that hole's lined up. See how that hole's lined up? If for some reason you look and it's not, you might have to bend, as I mentioned. This piece you could bend forward or backward a little bit just to get that to line up. So again, you're going to slide this top piece under first, and then you're going to slide this down there. Get that hole to line up. We grab our little small bolt here. Okay. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to line up, see that little hole there with that, get that aligned. Should be pretty easy. Again, if you have a magnetic tip, that would make your life much easier so you don't drop this, but hold that. All right, and then the last step. Now this one's a little tricky because once this is on there, you're not going to be able to see where this screw sinks in because it's just kind of going in blind. But push that in as far as you can, and right about there is where it's going to bite. So just blindly drill that and you'll see that it'll grab. Watch. And you know it grabs because it's going to pull this taunt. I'm going to do this left-handed here. Don't over tighten that, but, and there we are. Need to wipe this down, but, and then just repeat on the other side. Come around to the front, and you're done, right?